Howdy, cowboys and cowgirls. We got ourselves a little Boothill announcement. If you didn't know, he was shown off in the version 2.2 special live program. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. They do show off gameplay of Boothill. I'll show it a little bit in this video, but you can see everything they talk about there as well. All the VAs for Aventurine, Robin, and Black Swan, as well as our boy, the Owl. I'm very excited for Boothill. I mean, I've pulled out my cowboy hat, I think, just about every time I've talked about Boothill on this channel. So I'm very excited. But again, they do show off Boothill doing his, his basic skills. They give a little bit of a description about what he does if you don't or you haven't heard anything about Mr. good old Boothill here. Looks sick. Looks like a JoJo's character, to be honest, with some of his poses. And as a man who loves JoJo's, this is amazing. So I'm super excited. We're going to be talking about what you should be farming for Boothill and why, even though you farm now, you may still have to farm later. You could be doing it all wrong. So let's make sure we get this right so you can get the best stuff for Boothill, be happy with your Boothill, do a lot of damage with Boothill, and just ride off into the absolute sunset, enjoying all there is to enjoy about Boothill. So with that in mind, let's just get right on into it. With things to farm, there are new stuff coming out in the 2.2 update to farm for Boothill. I will quickly show off the banners. So the first banner is Robin, of course. Boothill will be coming out later. We believe around the very end of May, around like May 29th as like a date to look for. We'll know. Robin's banner ends is when Boothill comes, so you can literally see in game when we get Robin's banner, the countdown effectively. Robin is out at the same time as Topaz. That's the other 5-star banner, the returning one. Those are the 4-star up units on the banner. Then we're going to follow that up with Boothill at the end of the month, as I said. Swan comes back as well. Those are the 4 stars we have alongside Boothill. And then we get there, of course, light cones. That'll be Boothill's light cone, which, of course, you're going to want Boothill's light cone. But we'll talk about other light cone options during this video. Let's start off with the relics. Now, if, perchance, just maybe, who knows really, of course, we don't know anything, MiHoYo doesn't specifically tell us, perhaps say maybe a new relic set comes out during 2.3 that may or may not be better for Boothill. You may have to farm for that. So just keep that in mind. But while we wait for that, since you'll have like all of Boothill's banner, like 20-something days until then, you're going to have to run something on Boothill, because you're not going to just have Boothill sit there. No. You're going to want something to run on Boothill. So, what are you going to want? He's all about break effect and speed. That's like your main focus on Boothill. Break effect, speed. That's what you want. That's what you go for. First up, we have the Watchmaker. You want to run the 2-piece. 16% increase to break effect. Run that 2-piece alongside Messenger Traversing Hackerspace. Increases speed by 6%. As I just said, break effect, speed. Bang, bang. We have that right here with the 2 pieces. The 4-piece will increase your allies' break effect, but Boothill is the only one you want break effecting in the Boothill team. You want him to break effect every single person out there. You want him breaking everybody. Boothill does the work. Boothill is the damage. And so you run that with that 2-piece there, or you can run the 2-piece Thief of Shooting Meteor. It gives the same exact effect as the Watchmaker, so they're literally interchangeable. If you have better substats on the Shooting Meteor or the better substats on the Watchmaker, run that 2-piece alongside the Hackerspace. Or you can go all out and run the 4-piece here of the Shooting Meteor, because you get the 16% from the 2-piece, another 16% added on top of that 16%. That's 32%. That's math. And then you also get 3 energy regenerated when you inflict weakness break on an enemy, which Boothill should be doing a whole lot of. That's his whole thing. So those are the 3 relic sets. I mean, you want to pick 2 or just the Shooting Meteor. Honestly, you could just farm the Shooting Meteor alongside some Hackerspace, again, unless you just happen to have some really great pieces with great substats of the Watchmaker already, as the Shooting Meteor has the same exact 2-piece effect as the Watchmaker. So, just saying. You can decide if you can get the speed that I'm going to mention here in a second for the Planner Ornament, then you don't need to run the 6% speed, but if not, run that 6% speed. But if you can get away with not using that speed, like you just get good rolls on all your relics, you get speed and the substats in there, and you just get Boothill to be really fast. Obviously, you want speed boots. I should mention that. We're going to want some speed boots on Mr. Boothill. As I said, break effect and speed. But then you can run the 4-piece set if you can get the speed without the Hackerspace, because you want more break effect. You're going to want a lot of break effect. Like, you're going to try and want to get like 300% break effect. That's a lot. So, get ready. But if you can get your speed of 145 or higher, run the Talia Kingdom of Banditry. you get 16% more break effect, and when your speed is 145 or higher, you get an extra 20. That's 36% more break effect on your Boothill. So you're going to want that if you can get that 145 speed or higher with your other relics. You get lucky. I know, this game's really unlucky. You're probably going to cry yourself to sleep trying to get that speed. I know I am, because this game hates me, and it takes forever for me to get anything good that I want. If you don't get that 145 speed, though, you could still run it if you want that 16% break effect, but you could just run the Rudolin Arena at that point then, without that extra break effect there. Increases your crit rate by 8%, and when your crit rate reaches 70% or higher, increases your basic attack and skill damage. He still does damage, so like, don't get me wrong, you want break effect, but he does still do damage, so you can get that on there. If you have less than 70% crit rate and less than 145, I guess go for the break effect of this anyway. But yeah, you're going to want to farm the Talia Kingdom of Banditry set. And again, as I said here, if perchance somehow maybe we get something in 2.3 that's a better relic, you may have to farm again. But we'll get there when 2.3 comes out. Got a whole while till then. So let's not even think about it. Let's not worry about it. But before we move on to what characters you should use, let me talk about stats, substats you should be aiming for. So on your like helmet or gloves piece, because the main stat is already fixed, you can't change what main stat you get. You're just going to want the best substats. So you're going to want break effect. You're going to want speed. Then you can aim for like attack, crit rates, or some crit damage in there. But you want break effect and speed. Like those, you want those. You want a fast break effect man. As for the body, you can aim for a crit rate unless you have a bunch of crit rates just from your other pieces. Then you could go for, I guess, some crit damage on there. But you're probably just going to aim for crit rate. Let's be real here. And then your boots, again, speed. You're going to want speed. You want this guy to be fast. So you want boots of speed. You want Boothill's boots to be fast. That's what you want on Boothill. Then when we get down to the planar ornament for the orb part, you're going to want either the physical damage or just regular attack. And then for the rope, break effect. Again, break effect and speed. That's like your main goal. And then for all subsets, as I said before, break effect, speed, attack, crit rate, crit damage. He's a damage. He's the DPS. You're going to want that stuff on him. So with that out the way, though, let's talk about what we're going to use him with. What other units are you going to want in your squad? Because that's an important piece. So, as I've mentioned, Boothill, break effect guy. You're going to want to run break effect helpers, people that are all about break effect as well. Ruin May. If you have Ruin May, you're going to want to run him with Boothill. If you don't have Ruin May and you want to run Boothill, you're going to want to get Ruin May when she comes back. She's just that girl with break effect. So, you're going to want to run her with Boothill. If you have her, 1,010%. You should have Ruin May in the team if you got her. If not, you should try and get her when she comes back. Definitely should. Some other units, a 4-star, you can run Gallagher. You can run Gallagher as a sustain unit. He's all about break effect too. Again, you want Boothill to be breaking everybody, but you can run Gallagher alongside as a sustain to kind of help heal Mr. Boothill. Then a sub DPS, you can run Jouet as another unit alongside. That would be another fantastic option to run alongside Boothill. You can also run Pella or Silverwolf for defense shred, just to weaken the enemy further. A lot of people, I think, have Pella built up. She's been a pretty great use, and she's been a 4-star since the beginning of the game. So I think a lot of people have at least a semi-decent Pella. So if maybe you don't have a Ruin May, or you don't have Jouet built, or you don't have Gallagher, or just not have a build, Pella, definitely slap on the team. There's Silverwolf if you have her. You got a solid Silverwolf, again, her for the defense shred as well. You can slap her into the squad. Then you could run Branya in there. Branya is going to help advance the action forward of Boothill, allowing him to go again to get more break and to hopefully get more break effect, completely break the enemy, kill him, get rid of him. So that's why you can run Branya. You could also run Robin. You could summon for Robin, and then if you have enough resources, summon for Boothill. Robin is both physical, and then also on her ult, she's able to bring everyone up to go again. So another way to advance Boothill's action forward and make him go again is Robin. One thing to be wary of if you run Boothill with any physical character, don't have them break. Since Boothill will implant his physical weakness on people, there's a chance Robin could break. Or if you run Hanya, or if you run Luca, they could break instead of Boothill, which you don't want. Boothill, you want to break with Boothill. That's what Boothill's here for. You want to break with Boothill. Speaking of Hanya, Hanya does help by giving your team more skill points and also speed. So you could run Hanya. Again, just be wary. Don't break with Hanya, as that's what Boothill wants to do. Luca is, of course, a physical damage dealer. Why can I not find him? How do I even spell Luca? There he is. But honestly, he's probably not who you're going to want to be running Boothill with, since you want Boothill breaking everybody. So there's that. When we get the new Trailblazer, you can run the new Trailblazer 1,010%. I think a lot of teams you're going to see ran with Boothill are Boothill, Ruin May, Branya, and then probably our new Trailblazer buddy. That's probably a team that you're going to see a lot run for Boothill. You can, of course, just slap aventurine on any team you want. If you want to shield Boothill, say you're worried he might die or something, you can just slap aventurine in there. He doesn't necessarily help with anything. He helps the same way he helps everybody else. He keeps them alive. So it's not like he's of extra help or anything to Boothill specifically, but he's a great unit. So, and I've seen people ask about aventurine. You could run aventurine in there, keep him alive as you can with literally anybody else. So that's also an option. But those are the characters you should probably be aiming to build up and have ready to run alongside Boothill if you don't already have them built up. So with that out of the way, the relics, the ornaments, and your team, what should you farm material-wise? Well, we're getting a bunch of new stuff here actually in this update that it's all stuff you're going to farm. So we have to wait till the 2.2 update comes out. But of course, you have Robin's whole time where she's out that you can then go and farm. So we will be getting this new Echo of War material. Farm this for Boothill. You're going to want to do that for Mr. Boothill. Basically, like all the new stuff they mentioned in this. If you haven't seen it, I do recommend you watch this little live stream. They mention a lot of new stuff we get. IPC work permit. You're going to want to run the Stagnant of Shadow. Run that when it comes out. A lot of stuff you're going to be doing after Robin releases to get ready. And then, let's see here. Yep. The new trace material. The meteoric, that's exactly what it is. The meteoric bullet. You're going to want to farm that from the Calyx. So a lot of farming material stuff for Boothill. Now, hopefully, because a lot of, at least these relics that you're going to run for, in case maybe something comes out in 2.3, I've gotten so many of these just playing through Penacony, so I'm going to look through. Hopefully I have some good ones. Of course, then the Fushimi Meteor has been out for forever, and as well as the Hackerspace, so maybe you have some good pieces already. Just got to go back and look through what you got. Maybe you got some stuff with speed and break effect and all that good stuff for Boothill already, hopefully. Help make it less difficult on you, because I know how this game works. And then, yeah, then you can go and grind. But that's basically it for what you should be doing for Boothill. Don't worry too much about these relics, though. I know I've put a point on it, like, because you do want to use them. But again, it's not the end of the world if you can't get perfect rolls on this. Don't stress too much, as we may be getting something new after Boothill's banner ends and 2.3 begins. So, just keep that in mind. Don't lose sleep because you can't get the best perfect, because you're going to probably want to replace it anyway. But with that out the way, that is what you should be doing for Boothill. I will include a link to a fantastic guide I saw down below. I just didn't show it in the video because, just didn't want to show it off. So definitely not anything MiHoYo needs to worry about. But yeah, you should definitely check that out. And if you, again, haven't, check out this. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe. I'm excited for Boothill. Hope you all are excited as well. If you're watching this, let me know how much jade you got saved up for Boothill, how much you plan on going in, what kind of eidolons are you looking to get on Boothill. I would love to hear. I'll make one of these guides too, like a super more in-depth guide, I guess. Talking about like everything, like things like what the eidolons should you aim for and all that stuff when we actually get closer to Boothill's release, probably when we get the creator server videos and stuff too and hear their thoughts. That's probably when that'll be. But until then, hope you enjoyed the video, like all that good stuff. Hope you all are staying happy and healthy, having the best days. I'll catch you cowboys and cowgirls later.